Why, hello. We're hanging out with an Audi. Specifically, the 2003 Audi A4 Avant. That's Audi speak for wagon. It's a 3-liter V6, automatic. It's got the Avis wheels. It's got 70-something, some odd miles, he attempted to say. And let's poke around it. Let's check it out. For it's for sale over on Cars and Bids. It presents very well, as you can see. It definitely has some warts, some minor dings and stuff. We'll go over that. Little scratch, little paint, mark in the paint here. Wheels are presentable, but they, you know, this one's got some curb rash. It looks like it's been clear coated once upon a time. There's a run in it. So maybe somebody's kind of refreshed this wheel once before. In its past, obviously, because there's some, oh yeah, look at this. Little piece of paint coming off. So those have been painted once before, and presumably they'll might need to be painted once again and sometime down the line. The tires are from the end of 2015, so 8+ year old tires. Those can stand to be replaced due to age. Front end looks pretty darn good. Nothing too crazy as far as chips on the hood here. Overall looks excellent. There's a little bit of moisture on the inside of this headlamp, but the lens is nice and clean. It doesn't look like it's all faded out. Same story on this other lamp. There is some moisture in there as well. We've had a lot of rain here lately, so maybe that's a little bit of a side effect of that. But clearly that's not perfectly sealed. Some touch-up paint here. There's a minor dent and crease here. A little scuff in the paint there. That might polish out, I'm not certain. My fingers, I can't really feel it too much, so that might polish out. That dent won't, clearly. A little bit of paint transfer here. This wheel looks much better. Again, you can tell it has been painted before, but it's pretty presentable. Doors look great. Mirror's got some marks on it. Piece of trim's got a little bit of damage there. Quarter looks good. A light scratch here. Roof looks nice. Paint's held up quite well. I don't know if this has been its whole life outside or if it's been garaged. Wouldn't be surprised if it was garaged. A little door ding here. Some damage here on the edge of this bumper. Looks like maybe, can't tell. Looks like maybe the quarter's been painted. Almost looks like there's some paint in this gap here a little bit. I don't know, I can't tell. The finish looks pretty good, so if this quarter's been painted, that would be the only sign right there. It is wearing 2019 tags. I understand this is on a planned non-operational status, which I will confirm, which basically means somebody stopped driving it, so they parked it, self-suspended the registration so it doesn't accrue any back due fees or penalties or anything like that. Typical minor marks on the bumper cover here. Both taillights look good, hatch looks good. You know, same story on this side of the cover. There's a little rash here on the edge, not as bad as on the other side. And there's a little bit of paint transfer and a really soft minor ding here. Per usual, with these little walk around videos I do, I try and be as picky as humanly possible. I want no surprises for the next guy or gal. So if you see me pointing out door dings, that's why. I'm not trying to be self-serving here by whitewashing stuff. Oh, paint transfer here, it feels like. I think that's on top of the paint there, on that door handle. Minor scratch. Here's some little marks in the paint that have touch of paint on it. Same with this door edge. And you know what? Tell you the truth, the way this door edge is, it's chipped. And it doesn't look like primer underneath. So I wonder if this door has been painted. Again, if it's been painted, they did a pretty good job. And that's kind of the only way you'd see it, is from somebody opening this door into, I don't know, the side of their garage or something, and or catching it on something, getting in and out, chipping that paint. You know, I don't see any masking here on this trim. This trim does have some scratches in it, but that's kind of it. This mirror looks nice. Back to the fender. I've driven it a little bit. I don't know if I've driven it, I don't know. Looks like 6.3 miles according to the trip. Drives nice. We'll do that in a minute. We'll go for a drive. Let's poke around this interior though. Interior's held up pretty well. Leather's in very nice shape. And then this mixed lighting here makes it kind of tough to see. Check out the photos and the actual listing. Get a better sense on what these seats look like. But they've got a nice texture to them. No real creasing or anything. They've held up remarkably well. All right, let's do this, shall we? $73,298 is the mileage, and I'd say that based on the interior. Let me turn this air conditioning down a bit, or off. I'd say the interior is commiserate to that. It looks like it's in good shape. It doesn't show a ton of use, ton of miles, ton of wear. Some of the, I did notice this, some of the black paint on the these front window switches here have some marks. That's super typical. Can I do that? No? Can I lock people out? I don't know. I don't know if that's supposed to stay unlit. Maybe somebody here will know. While we're at it, windows. Auto down in the fronts. Auto down in the rears. These cars are known for chewing up window regulators. So testing that is a must. Check out the sunroof. Which again, we've had a lot of rain lately, so this is mildly dangerous. All right, moment of truth. Ruh-roh. Do I not know how to close this? Is that the deal? Oh, we had it. There we go. I think that's user error on my part. Nope. Did I go too far on this? Come on, baby. Be good to me. Oh, I think that's it. We're doing it. Okay. I suppose that's the function. The switches on these era of Audis have always been, I don't know. I don't like the way this operation works. It's funny. I assume that's user error. I don't use sunroofs to begin with. I'm just perpetually worried that they're going to leak or break. So I'm not going to mess with it anymore. But reports are in. It seems to work to me. We got a radio. Feel good music on 96.5. No highs. No lows. It's Bose. Haven't tested the tape player. We do have a C, which seems to work just fine. I'm going to turn it down. Confirm it's cold. Oh yeah, good and cold. Heated seats do work. I was using that earlier. These like to break, these glove box doors. This one seems to be fine. Can I close that all the way? Yep. So pop the hood, let's look in the back. We'll go for a drive. Turn the headlights on. clean under here. One thing I don't know about on this car is if and when the timing belt service has been done. I think they're 90,000 miles on these. I'm honestly not entirely sure. So we'll see. Maybe the Carfax will give us some information there. I did see some of these clips are loose here. It feels like this is shrinking up and pulling away, and that's why these are popping out. I don't know if that's a common thing on these, but that seems to be what this one is doing. It's kind of just shrinking away and pulling those clips off the edge. Back seats are nice. I did notice, also super common on these B6 A4s, this guy's starting to come loose. Once upon a time I had a B6 S4 and this was completely off. Kind of push it back in. It might stay there for a minute. It's pretty simple. There's like a tab. There's some tabs that kind of pop off. You kind of re-adhere them and then they should stick back in and stay there. These seats do fold, giving you access to the cargo area. Which is quite spacious. Especially if you fold those seats down. Pretty much sleep in there if you wanted to. Don't know if you want to, but you could. This trim looks good. One thing I noticed, so I closed this earlier and I had to like try a second time. So we're gonna see if this just closed smoothly or if I have to give a little help. Let's see. That seems fine. Okay. Again, maybe that's user error on my end. But let's try it a third time just to be safe, right? Let's open it. Aha. Okay, well, it bounced, but it stayed shut, so I don't know. Maybe the latch needs to be greased up a little bit, but seems pretty well like it's working to me. So why don't we do this? Let's hop in it. We'll go for a drive and see what it's like behind the wheel. All right, let's go. Okie dokie, let's ride in the A4. Nice and smooth. Transmission shifts nice and smoothly. It's not banging off shifts. Not the point of this car. You know, it tracks straight, but I feel like the steering wheel is off like 1/2 of 1 degree. Like it's turning this way a little bit. Like it doesn't track that way, but just the steering wheel is off center a tiny bit. If anything, it almost drifts to the left. But it does track pretty straight. Wheel is like 1 degree, maybe 1/2 degree off center. So I guess when you're buying new tires, probably doing alignment, I would recommend that. Otherwise, the car feels great. All right. There we have it. The 2003 B6 A4 Avant with the V6, the 3-liter, and an automatic, and 73,000 miles and counting. Pretty nice car. Kind of a good middle ground between the 1.8T and the S4, which, as much as I love that 4.2 V8, when the timing chain starts barking, it's an absolute nightmare scenario, and that's not something you have to worry on this car. So it's a good little middle ground here between the base A4 and the S4, and it's a wagon, and it's built well, and it feels tight. So it's about all you can ask for out of this. And if you want to follow along with the auction, do so. Check out the link in the description below. Otherwise, thanks for following along here. Bid often, bid early. Thanks for checking it out.